Rory Stewart and Alistair Campbell are now talking about the war in Gaza as being a genocide and perfectly, accept their analysis. It's just 18 months late.
Does not mean they have a right to do whatever they want without regard to international law, civilian life, and the future of Gaza.
Making it completely uninhabitable, killing tens of thousands of people and trying to drive millions out. And I don't know whether we should be calling it crimes against humanity, ethnic cleansing, genocide.
You've called it ethnic cleansing before.
Right.
Which is a crime against humanity. We've been holding back right from the word go since October the 7th. I think we've been trying to be fair, trying to say there's arguments on both sides. But I think it's impossible now to argue that this is anything other than genocide.
People like Jonathan Cook, my colleague, has been writing about this being a genocide in detail, not as a flippant allegation, but in detail documenting this since October of 2023. I mean, of course we can all get stuff wrong, and that's what Campbell and Stewart are acknowledging here, that they've been way too slow. And they have been way too slow, and it's easy to get stuff wrong and to predict the future wrongly. And maybe back in October 2023 it was reasonable to suspect that the violence would blow up and then calm down again after a few weeks or a few months, and that then there'd be efforts back to the peace process, etc. But so commonly, whether it's Iraq or go back to Vietnam, or even other major atrocities like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it always takes years. Sometimes it takes decades, but a consensus eventually forms. The consensus forms, quite rightly, that the Western powers have behaved absolutely atrociously. It's just very, very common. We are an imperialist society, and it's not surprising.